there goes the segue. Okay. Things working. Should I plug that in? There it goes. Okay. Microphone's on. And suddenly music. We fixed it. I think everything should be working now. Alrighty, daddy. So this is a commission that I've been working on. Actually, I just started it, so it's not really been worked on. It's a portrait of Shelly, the tortoiseshell cat. And I thought I would show you guys kind of every bit of my process. Which, for the... Excuse me one second, my throat. I've been really congested lately, so I apologize if I suddenly start coughing and sneezing. So for Shelly, she wants it on an oval. So I'm kind of fiddling around with it a little bit. And I took this sketch, it was originally a pencil sketch, and I brought it in digitally and kind of modified it a little bit. And resized it because I want it to fit as close as I can to this oval. Much of her ears off. So, like it's about right. That. Stubenhocker, hey! I'm doing pretty good. I woke up with kind of a stuffy nose and a little bit of a sore throat, so I think I'm coming down with some kind of sickies. Other than that, I'm pretty good. How about you? How are you doing today? So, what I'm gonna do now is, oops, kind of measure out a piece of transfer paper. Now the one that I'm using for soft pastels is different than the one that I get for my acrylics. Second. I can stop all the paper crinkling. This paper is actually just graphite, so if you even touch it, you'll get quite a lot on your fingers. But what's great about it is it erases pretty well, so I don't have to worry about trying to sort of cover up parts of the transfer that maybe might have smudged a little bit, because I can just erase them. Washi works just fine. I can get it up. There we go. Doesn't have to be like super glued down or anything like that. As long as it's not going to wiggle around too much, it'll be fine. I can lay on the Shelly. I think around there should be good. Knocker says, I'm a little tired. I had a first aid course today. Oh no, what does that mean? Did you get sick too? Is it worse than sick? haven't done many ovals. Circle ones. It's gonna be an experiment. It might not be perfectly straight on it, but we'll see. Okay, so the best way to transfer sketches I found is to find a really, really hard lead, because it'll kind of cut through the sketch. Find one. Maggie! And Cyan Cora's here. Sweet. Hi, guys. I'm trying to transfer sketch as soon as I can find my pencil. Nope. Trying to find my higher on the H. 8H will do. That's really high hardness. How is everybody doing today on this Wednesday mid-morning-ish? Anybody else coming down with the cold? It's funny it says that I'm not live on my own stream. Okay. Whoa. Echo! Hawker says, no, I'm responsible for helping injured people at work if I have to. I have to refresh my skills every 2 years. Oh. Well, I'm glad that they double check your memory on that stuff, but that does sound like a lot of work. I don't do anything with medical except for have people help me. I'm in and out of ERs and doctors quite a lot. That's actually why I wanted to do this stream, because I'm going to the doctor tomorrow and I don't know how much energy I'll have to do my usual Thursday stream. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just, you know, get ahead of it, do a stream now, and hopefully if I feel well enough, do another one. So Stubenhocker, are you like in the medical field, or are you just like a certified EMT or nurse or something? I'm always super impatient with transferring my sketches because I already drew it once. I feel like it's kind of a waste of time to draw it again, but this way I can make sure that it fits as perfectly as I can to the exact size that this canvas is. Well, in this case it's a wood piece of board, but so to hopefully make it look good. Alright, let's check to see if I got everything. I mostly want to make sure I've got the nose and the eyes drawn in. Those were really hard to get proportionate yesterday. So it transferred, but not very darkly. I think I will draw on top of it. Stream is fine now? Was it not for a minute? He says, why do you have that sad music in the background? I don't know, it's on shuffle. I can pull up something happier. You like the bob. Let's start with the bob. What was it called? We'll just go here. Alright, I'm switching to an HB-ish pencil. Or an H pencil, that'll do. I'm gonna have to sort of reconstruct part of the sketch because it didn't transfer very darkly. This is going to be a problem to cover up. Actually, an imperfection in the wood. Marcus says, no, I'm a mechanic working with machines. Injuries happen. Ooh, ouch. Luckily, I haven't had to help anybody yet. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that they have someone qualified to step in case of emergency, because I can imagine that would be a very short amount of time to get help. Alright guys, look at you also have to see. I'm just used to kind of leaning and hunching. So I've got the Carbothello pencils, which is probably what I'm going to use mostly for this because it's a small piece. But I do have my soft pastels over here that are the pan pastels. Actually, now that I talk about it, I think I might use one. One particular color, this little blue right here. Quite like this blue. This is going to be a little harder because it's on wood, and wood is pretty textured, so it's going to take a few layers to get where we need to go. Hopefully. Quick. Maggie says, want to give some bits, but I can't. Okay, I feel my pencil is desperately in need of a sharpen. My black ones have been eaten to death by my sharpener, so we'll try it. Gotta be super gentle with it. Please don't break. That's a little bit more sharp. Says the cat looks good so far. Thank you. I literally just started. You guys saw the transferring of the sketch, so there's nothing to it yet. I think I might need my magnifying glass for this though. A little bit small. There we go. Much better. You can see now. How do you call male cats in English? I mean, you can call them tomcats if they're not neutered. White. Oh, in Germany we call cats female or Keter male. Oh. I knew how to say cat in German. That was one of the few things I learned. At least know how to spell it. Any skill I had in German is no longer existent, so I apologize. I will be rubbish at pronouncing things. This looks like a male cat to me. It's actually a lady cat. Her name is Shelly. She is a very sassy cat, though.
There's a moon over Bourbon Street tonight. I see faces as they pass beneath the pale lamplight. I've no choice but to follow that call. The bright lights, the people, and the moon and all. I pray every day to be strong, for I know what I do must be wrong, or you'll never see my shade or hear the sound of my feet while there's a moon over Bourbon.
Oh, that's a little desaturated. Ah! Let me fix the camera for you guys. Monger says, hi, pretty lady. Oh, you make me blush.
It was many years ago.
Even Monger says, oh, sorry. I'm sure she doesn't mind. She's kind of a queen of the house. Color correction, yes. And let's just grab that saturation, bring it up a little bit. Oh, that's closer. It's actually very, very saturated, so.
By the light of the moon, the brim of my hat hides the eye of a beast.
That's close.
Of a sinner, but the hands of a priest. Oh, you'll never see my shade or hear the sound of my feet while there's a moon over Bourbon Street. She walks every day through the streets of New Orleans. She's innocent and young, from a family of means. I've stood many times outside her window at night to struggle with my instinct in the pale moonlight. Could I be this way when I pray to God above? I must love what I destroy and destroy
cat will be blue colored. No, that's just eyeliner. No, it's not going to be blue. I'm laying in some shadows and reflections, which are really saturated. And then I'm going to come back with it sort of like this and bring it into the grays. I just like to lay in a really bright foundation because it helps me later when I'm trying to figure out shapes and stuff on top. So the blues are not going to be there that strong. I just hit myself in the face with my... I'm sure it will look great when you finished it. Yeah, I've done quite a few black animals, and I found that the best way to go about it, so that way it doesn't look really monochrome, is to go really wild with the base. So I will go into like purples and blues and all kinds of reflective colors, because there is a certain iridescence that happens in black fur. And then, you know, I can always bring it back with saturation and kind of cover it up, but it's very hard to throw saturation and, you know, variance in color in at the end. So right at the beginning, everything is always very, very bright, and I've just found that's the best way for me to work. Jim Hawker says, did you go to some kind of art school? No, I'm completely self-taught. So any experience I have from doing portraits is just things that I've done for commission work like this or for fun. So there is actually quite a few. Let's pull them out. I know I'm shamelessly plugging them every time, but this is a lot of how I learned. Was I did little tiny portraits, so I would do like little studies of animals. So there's a little German Shepherd one, and a bunny, and a pug. And these are all just little 3-inch canvases that maybe took me a few hours at most. But they're all for sale up in my Etsy shop for $20. And that's how I really taught myself how to paint, was just by doing it over and over and over again. And then from that I did, you know, larger commission works that would require more thinking and problem solving and that kind of thing. Maggie has the sorcery hands. And Hopper says, cool. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to go to an art school, but one, I couldn't really afford it. So I was thinking about like even taking out loans and stuff to be able to go put myself through college. But then right as I was going to apply, that's when I actually got diagnosed with my condition. And I got really, really sick for a long time and never got to apply, so I still am too sick to go to a school, unfortunately. So I've just been trying to teach myself as much as I can. Maggie says your $20 is my $140. Oh, yeah, I mean, I wish I could charge a little bit more for those, but they don't sell very well because people kind of prefer to have custom work. If they're gonna get an animal portrait, they want it of their animal. so that's why they're so low. But any amount that is sold from those helps me tremendously, because this is my only source of income right now until I can sit up for longer than 3 hours at a time. So actually I should probably link my Etsy shop for you guys if you wouldn't mind checking it out. It would certainly be some help. There it is. Doomhawker says that's sad. Being sick all the time? Yeah, it kind of does suck, but yeah, I have chronic fainting and nervous system problem and issues with my heart, so I have an appointment to see a couple doctors this week, and then next year was the soonest they could get the cardiologist specialist to try to help fix my heart issues, because they've tried everything and they can't seem to get it be better. So, a little rough. And Cora is smiling. Hey, dude! Speaking of which, Sai and Cora, you are also doing amazing artwork to try to get some muns, huh? Could you please link your Etsy shop in the chat until I can figure out how to get a button for you? I tried to set that up, but it's a little bit more complicated than I thought. Wanted to have a shameless plug all the time, and I couldn't figure it out. No problem. So, Cyan Cora's got some pretty cool stuff too, while we're talking about Etsy. She does pretty amazing sculptures. Doomhawker says, well, glad to see you're trying to make the best of it. I mean, I wasn't really given a choice, so this is kind of the only thing that I can do right now. And even that, I have to be very careful not to push myself too far, otherwise I'll end up on bed rest for a few days and need my mom to help me to the bathroom. So yeah, I wasn't really given a plan B. He says, wait, you can just make an account and then sell stuff? Pretty much, yes. I have someone that's Discord, but I said, go ahead and help Reno. Oh, awesome. No, I closed out of Discord because my computer doesn't like it when I have more than OBS open. I'm trying not to irritate it. Keeps crashing. Not my computer, but OBS keeps crashing. This is a little bit faster than I normally work on soft pastels, but there's a reason, and that's because this is wood, it's not as textured as a clay board, for example, so it can only hold so much pastels before it will stop being useful. So what I'm going to do is lay in a base layer and then spray it with a workable fixative, and then keep working on top of it, because otherwise we pretty much would get this much detail and that's it. I couldn't go anything farther than that. So yeah, Miggy, in order, if you want to set up an Etsy account, you're gonna need to put in like bank account information and personal stuff, because you do get your money transferred directly to your bank account. I don't really care for that. I do wish that they would let you go through like PayPal or something. But it's also a way of making sure that people aren't like putting fake listings up and things and like cheating people. Kind of quality control, so it's a good thing. For the longest time, my Etsy shop was kind of open but not fully set up because I didn't like the idea of giving them my bank account information. And then I finally just was like, alright, fine, we're gonna just do it, and hopefully no one steals my money. And fine. No one's stolen yet. Not that there's much to steal. Oh, there's the white. I use it as a bank account. Yeah, unfortunately. It's supposed to help with taxes and stuff though, like when you actually make enough that it matters. I haven't actually hit that threshold. I still file my taxes, but Etsy is like, oh, you haven't even made close to what you need. You're not even at the poverty line. Not yet. Bank account. Aw. Shipping to Germany wouldn't be a problem. No, I ship quite a bit to the UK. It is a little bit more expensive, but yeah, you just have to pay for a little bit extra shipping. And of course it's gonna take a little longer to get there. But you can set up an Etsy shop in any country and it won't be any issue. If it can ship to Croatia, it can to Germany. Yep, that's true. Yeah, I've never had any problem with shipping to 90% of European countries. It's just how much it costs. Like, I know Switzerland is a really expensive one. I just looked that one up. It's like crazy expensive to ship to Switzerland. But if you don't mind it taking a while, it can go all the way down to like $10 or $20 or something like that. Which isn't actually that bad considering it's traveling over like an ocean.
Hey, brother, there's an endless road to rediscover.
So if you guys have any questions about anything that I'm doing, feel free to let me know. Soft pastels have been the easiest thing for me to pick up, but a lot of people do struggle with them. So if you have any questions about how I'm going about it or how to get them to work, feel free to ask away.
Hey, brother, do you still believe in one another? Hey, sister, do you still believe?
Jim Hacker says, sounds like you're selling a lot. Custom portraits I've sold throughout the world over the past 2 years. It's not enough to live off of or anything, but it's helped me at least stay on track of my medical debts, because all of the health procedures that I have are very, very expensive, because they want to do tests to make sure that I'm not going to die or anything, literally. They charge you a lot in the US, so. Like for example, just not that long ago I had to have an MRI of my stomach to make sure that I didn't have cancer, and that was like $5,000 or something insane that I'm still trying to pay off, so. Don't move to the US if you're sick. Don't do it. Melody! Hey dude! What kind of wood do you paint? I just recently started with the wood thing, and these are little slices of, I think, let's say, it says I think it's birch, maybe? I don't know. It's like you're building a cat. Yes. I'm working on building a cat. Good old America. Yep. Diane Cora can attest too. She knows paying off the medical bills for the rest of your life. Like, it's sad, but you're like, it kind of would have been better if I had just died. Like, oh, I'll be playing this until I actually do die. You had a stroke and you lived. Congratulations. You're now broke. What? Colored pencils. So, I have had the hardest time trying to learn how to do colored pencils because they're very waxy. These ones are, they're the Stabilo Carbatello pencils, and they are essentially like really compressed, pure chalk. So what's cool about them is that you can actually, as you guys have noticed, I can put black down and then keep building up layers and make it lighter and lighter and lighter. So you can get all kinds of like almost paint effects with it. you can't do with colored pencil. Colored pencil you really have to plan, and I'm not very good at planning. He says, I'll be back. All right. I'll be here. I keep losing that white as soon as I put it down every time. Says, I'm not as good like you. Oh, I mean, I just picked up soft pastels either this year or last year, late last year, so I'm still learning. Kind of just every time I'm trying new things and new techniques, and a fun learning experience. Also, Stubenhocker, do you have a social media or anything that we can follow you on? I'd like to see your artwork. We're all about supporting each other here. Positivity. I'm like cutting the circulation off my arm with my shirt though. No, this is AFK. Alright. Speaking of social media, I want to make an Instagram account. Apparently I have one already. Had this entire time. Well, you're prepared as heck. Past you was on it. Mr. Marcus says, no, not for art. Don't think I'm a skilled artist. I'm not. Aww. Well, I think everybody should have a chance to do art, whether or not they feel they're skilled at it. Because I've found that the people who normally think they're not very good at art are actually pretty darn good at it. Knocker says, I'm still trying to get in the mood to paint again. I didn't since my youth. I'm 32 years old now. It's never too late to try again. When I was going in and out of the hospital a lot, I didn't draw for almost like 2 years. There was not a whole lot of artwork from me. And I just picked it back up this, well, it was November of last year. I was like, I really want to do this again, so I just tried my absolute hardest to draw, even though it was really difficult for me. At first I couldn't sit up for more than like 20 minutes at a time, and I like slowly have tried to work my way up. Now I can sit for 3 hours, which is not a long time, but it's certainly much longer than 20 minutes. So you can get there, man. It's gonna take some time. You can be patient with yourself, you can do anything. Mr. Knocker said, a few days ago I drew a tree with a face as first lessons to say. That's awesome! I actually have species of trees, the dryads, part of my fantasy world, and they are tree people that kind of have like a base tree and stuff, but they look like humans that are trees, so I love tree related people. Yeah, man, just be patient with yourself, because at first, you know, you're not going to be able to sit there and crank out drawings for 7 or 10 hours a day. You're going to have to take it slow, and you know, maybe at first you can only do like 10 or 20 minutes of drawing, and then eventually once you start practicing more, you know, the time will pass and you'll realize it's been an hour and you've been drawing. and you'll feel much better afterwards. Knocker says very cartoonish, of course. Cartoons are actually very hard to draw for me, so I respect that. Melody says you love the princess tree? I've never heard of that.
Don't let your head hang low. You've seen the darkest skies, I know. Let your heart run child like horses in the wild. So take my hand and home we'll go.
Well, I'm better at it. I'm better than most people, I would say. Good. Cartoons aren't like lower in the totem pole, you know. Yeah, Melody is an incredible cartoon artist, and I envy her ability to draw them. I can draw really realistic things, but cartoons are a struggle for me. Everybody's got their own skill set. And one skill set is not less on the totem pole, as Melody says, than anything else. Sort of like music, you know, it's like we wouldn't bash on someone who plays the piano just because they're not playing a violin. There's no difference. If you're gifted in either of those things, it should be rewarded, not made fun of. I'll definitely have to see it. You're gonna have to send me a concept if you can. I don't know if that's allowed. I would love to see that. Sometimes it's hard to explain in English what I mean, but you get the idea, I think. Yeah. Melody says, I have a picture of her if you want to see. Absolutely, right the heck now. If you want to post it in the chat, that's fine, or if you want to send it to me in Instagram or Messenger or whatever. I won't be able to check it on any of the social media platforms right now because I'm trying to read, but if you post it here, I can look at it right this second. Did I make my music too loud? I think I probably did. Let me turn that down just a smidge. Is that better? The song is like way louder than the other ones, so I have to make sure that I actually can be heard over it. Is it better? Hopefully. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay. Keep going. It's fine. I did crank it up a little bit because I happen to like the song, but this song is so much louder than all the other songs are. I have a picture of her. Let's see, just gotta find the link. A little lower might be good. Normally it's fine, but you talk. I don't yell. I'm not capable of yelling, and my throat is kind of sore right now. So I'm like straining to even get words out, if I'm honest.
Don't let your head hang low. You've seen the darkest skies, I know. Let your heart run, child, like horses in the
I might have to cut this off short because I'm getting like suddenly really lightheaded. Try to sit for a minute and see if it goes away. Came out of like nowhere. I'm gonna just lean this back for a second because I'd prefer not to faint at my desk. Oop. Daydreams and dragon. Hey, you. You happened to walk in right when I was getting like super lightheaded. Fighting the need to faint at yeah, I'm definitely gonna go need to lay down. Not going away, I really think lay down. Let me click on melodies real quick. My tachycardia is like... Oh, that's so pretty! Alright. Before I go down, let's raid somebody, because it's not good. It's feeling listen to you. Go click on things when we go lay down. I'm just like, I'm at that point where if it hits me any harder, I'm just gonna pass out right now. So like, it's probably better just to not do anything. Like it, raid somebody, and then I'm gonna lay down like soon. I'm sorry to cut it short, guys. Make sure you guys check out my Etsy link and all those other cool links up there. I'm gonna lay down and try not to pass out. Yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow if I'm feeling it. Girls help me out with Terra after you. Ooh. Okay. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you later.